Picture. We got sound. This is Fight Hype. This is the final round. On March 12th, the son of a legendary boxing champion made his amateur debut. Emmanuel Pacquiao Jr., the son of former 8-division champion and the legendary Manny Pacquiao, made his amateur debut in San Diego, California, winning a 4-round decision over Nelson Morales. He's going to continue training at the legendary Wild Card in Los Angeles, where his father trained for years. March 12th on DAZN gave us what so far is the fight of the year. Featherweight champion Lee Wood defended his belt against unbeaten Irishman Michael Mick Conlan. At the end of round 1, Conlan dropped Wood with a thunderous left hand. Looked like the fight might be over. This fight didn't look like it was going to go beyond round 2. Wood was shaky. Somehow he survived, got back into the fight. At the end of the fight, Conlan started to tire. Round 11, Wood knocked Conlan down. He went into the 12th round behind on all 3 cards, and what he did was dramatically knock Mick Conlan out of the ring, defending his title in one of the best fights of the year. There was a few scary moments after the fight. Conlan was taken to a hospital. It was found out he was okay. It was a great fight. I would love to see a rematch. This week, 130-pound champions Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson had their first face-to-face meeting for their unification fight on April 30th. I've been saying all along I'm a Jersey guy, so is Stevenson, so I'm riding with him that night. For that April 30th date, it is 48 days until lightweight champion Katie Taylor puts her belts up against Amanda Serrano in the main event, Madison Square Garden. April 30th, 48 days away. Can't wait for that fight. Speaking of the boxing schedule, here come the pay-per-views. April 16th, the welterweight unification between Errol Spence and Ordenis Ugas. April 23rd, heavyweight champ Tyson Fury defends his title against Dillian White. May 7th, the DAZN pay-per-view, Canelo goes up to 175 pounds trying to get Dimitri Bivol's title. And on May 28th, the delayed Tank Davis-Rolly Romero lightweight title fight. So in just over a month, that's 4 pay-per-views for the boxing fans. Former UFC champion Conor McGregor is on the comeback, and he just released some footage of him training. The first one to jump all over it was Jake Paul.
It's like the people who think that Conor McGregor is still a good fighter. These guys haven't won fights in I don't know how the long. They're over the hill, old, washed up bozos.
March 13th is 1 year since one of the true legendary champions in boxing passed away. 1 year ago, Marvelous Marvin Hagler passed away. He was a dominant middleweight champion. I had a poster of him on my wall growing up as a kid. I was honored to see him fight, and he is very much missed. Former super middleweight champion David Benavidez has a fight in May against former middleweight champion David Lemieux, but the rumor is that Benavidez and former 168-pound champion Caleb Plant may be fighting in September. They've traded words for the last few years. Plant is coming off his November loss to Canelo Alvarez. This is a good fight for the 168-pound division. It's a good fight for boxing. Let's see if it gets made. That's the bell, and that's the end of this week's edition of The Final Round. Make sure to check out Fight Hype every day for all things boxing, and don't forget, every week I'm back with a new episode of The Final Round.